In this video, we're going to look at photosynthesis and how energy enters ecosystems. So as a review, remember bonds store energy, enzymes control all reactions, they are affected by pH and temperature, so if those things get too extreme, the enzyme will denature, and all energy in ecosystems comes from the sun. So first off, what is photosynthesis? Really, it's just using the sun's energy to make food. And we're going to say that this is transforming energy. Remember, we can't create or destroy energy, but we can change its form. So in this case, we're going from radiant or solar energy. You may see those interchanged. They mean the same thing. And we're transforming it into chemical energy. And this means that it's energy that's stored within the bonds of a molecule. So who does photosynthesis? Well, everyone should know plants do photosynthesis, but also some unicellular eukaryotes, which we're going to call protists, and we'll talk about more later. Basically, anything that is green is going to do photosynthesis. And that's because it happens in the chloroplast, and these are what make plants green. So remember, the chloroplasts have that folded inner membrane that provides more surface area for a greater reaction to happen. So what goes into this reaction? We're going to call the things that go in reactants. They are the things that are going to react within the reaction. So in the case of photosynthesis, the reactants are carbon dioxide, water, and energy. So we can also show this with the chemical formulas as CO2, H2O, and energy. So remember, plants need to take in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, they take water up from their roots, and they capture energy in the form of that solar or radiant energy from the sun. What comes out, we're going to call products. These are the things that are produced by the reaction. And in the case of photosynthesis, these are glucose and oxygen. Glucose is C6H12O6 and O2 for oxygen. So glucose, which remember is a carbohydrate, represents the chemical energy. So all those bonds between the carbons, the hydrogens, the oxygens, those are all storing that energy from the sun. The oxygen is a waste product. The plant gets rid of it. So the plant has taken in carbon dioxide and has released oxygen back out into the atmosphere. So here's the full equation. We're going to take our reactants, carbon dioxide, water, and energy, and when combined, they create our products, glucose and oxygen. So if we look at this in a more graphical way, we have our chloroplast in the middle because this is where the reaction happens. So solar energy is going to go into the chloroplast. We're going to also take carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and water from the roots. The reaction is going to occur within the chloroplast, and then we're going to produce our main product, which is glucose, C6H12O6, which represents our chemical energy, and it's also going to give off oxygen back into the atmosphere. So a simple way to remember this is plants are doing the opposite of what you're doing. So down here we have the formula for photosynthesis. Now you breathe in oxygen. Plants give off oxygen. You breathe out carbon dioxide and water, which is why if you breathe on a mirror it fogs up. Plants take in carbon dioxide and water. So if you remember what you do, and you remember that plants are the opposite, you got this down. So what affects photosynthesis? Well, the amount of reactants are definitely going to affect it. If there's no sun, you can't have photosynthesis. If there's no water, you can't have photosynthesis. temperature and pH are also going to affect photosynthesis because this whole reaction is done by enzymes, and enzymes are affected by temperature and pH. So why is photosynthesis so important? Well, this is how energy enters all ecosystems. If it wasn't for photosynthesis, we would have no way of actually getting energy. So for example, the sun provides energy to the grass. The grass uses photosynthesis. And then the grass is eaten by the cows, and the energy from the grass is taken in by the cows. And then let's say you eat a hamburger. You are actually eating and using energy that was originally from the sun that entered the ecosystem through photosynthesis by the grass.